Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you these little cute things. As you will probably be aware, we had our OnStage event last weekend, and these were the swaps that I made to give to everybody else. I have got 2 bagfuls of swaps that I received that I haven't even had a chance to look at yet because I've just been so busy. But I will be doing another video to show you of the ones that I have received. But these are the ones that I gave out. I did get the idea off Pinterest, and I just sort of had a little play around with them and generated them and made them into my own. And just inside are 2 of these really cute little Milka chocolates. I actually got a big tub of them off Amazon, and I just made enough until all the chocolates were gone. So I think there was roughly about 98. So it just goes to show how many chocolates are in the box. So yes, so I made them. They're just from 1 sheet of paper, just a little bit of folding here and there, and I'm going to show you how I made them. So to start off with, you will need a sheet of DSP, and obviously I'm using, again I've forgotten the name of this already. Somebody will be telling me, is it Be Merry? Yes, the Be Merry Designer Series paper, and you need a sheet that will measure 8 by 4. Obviously, if you've got a pattern on it, you'll need to be aware of where your pattern's going. But for this one, I actually want to use this red side, so it doesn't really matter which way it'll go. And so with your 4 inches across the top, you need to score at 1 inch and 3 inch, and then rotate and score at 3 3/4 and 4 1/4. Obviously I only need this narrow space because of the Milka chocolates. They don't take up that much room, so I obviously only needed the space for those. So you just need to adjust it to whatever you're putting inside. So once we've done that, we're just going to fold and burnish the score lines, which are fabulous because there are only 4 of them. And then I've forgotten to get it out ready, but it's okay because it's just behind me. We need the scalloped tag topper punch for this one, and you fold your 2 long edges in, and then we simply punch it. So just slide it in, and obviously that must mean that this is, I want to say 2 inches. Yes, 2 inches. It's been a long day. So punch one side, spin round and punch the other. So that's that bit done. And obviously you can see there how it's already in shape, but obviously we need to generate the little basket inside, and to do that you need to open it back out again, get your bone folder, and the way I found to do this, you basically need to bring this score line up to this one. So what I did is I put my fingernail, or you can use your bone folder, in the cross in the corner. I fold it over, and then I bring this score line over to the score line there, and then I burnish it. So I'm going to zoom in so that you can see that a little better. Just wait for it to focus. There we go. There we go. So you've got your vertical score line here and your 2 horizontal. So you need to push in here and bring this one across up to that line, and then just get your bone folder in there right into the corner and push, and that is where your box will come in. So we'll do that again on the other side. So in the corner, just simply fold, sorry I'm doing that slightly off camera, slightly fold and push that one across, and then you just, whoops, you just burnish the score line. And then the last one, same again, push in where the crosses of the score lines, fold it across, press, and then reinforce with your bone folder. And then, so you've got now 4 I'm hoping you can see that with the light. You've got 4 diagonal score lines now, and so you put your two long bits back in, and as you bring them together your little box opens up. Okay, so you just, simple as that. And then I simply popped 2 chocolates inside, and then I got my white baker's twine, and I actually doubled this one up because a single length of it looked a little bit lost, so I just simply got the double length of it and just fed it through. Try and keep it, the holes lined up, because it will have a habit of going sort of all skew-whiffed, so keep those holes together. And then I simply popped the twine through, tied a knot at the top, and again this is where you'll have to sort of fiddle a little bit to keep it in place, and then I just tied my bow. Now the one thing I will say is it doesn't stop them slipping out the side. It does need to be kept upright. You can, obviously you can pop them back in again, that's not a problem, but they will slip out, so just be mindful of that. And then you just need to decorate them. So for mine, I did get it out. So on my originals, where are they? So on my originals here, you can see I've got 2 of the everyday label punches. So I've got a piece of cherry cobbler here that coordinates, that I'm just going to punch out. I've also started with my snowflakes because I knew how long they would take to do. So I've got some scrap white here. I need my cherry cobbler ink, so just move those off again. I have my Merry Little Label stamp, just for you. I want my D block, and just simply stamp your image or your sentiment, whichever you're using, and then back in with my punch. I'm doing this wrong actually because I never punch with my left hand, so this is probably be wonky. Oh no, not too bad. And then I simply added some snail on this and backed it onto my label, and I just really lined up the top here because you can't really line up the bottom as well, and then I again added snail to that to pop on, and I do realise that I've just missed putting the ribbon on. So for the ribbon I just used my tear and tape. You could use a glue dot, but I think I've said before I find them a little bulky. So I've got my double stitched cherry cobbler ribbon here, and if I remember correctly I actually did 10 of the crosses to get the right length, but you don't actually need that much because all we're doing is putting a tiny square on each end. So I'm putting one on where the dashes are, take that off, fold it over, then I added the other piece to the top. It is always a bit harder with ribbon because it does tend to not want to stick as well, and then I actually stuck these on before I stuck this down, but luckily I've left myself enough room, and I just stuck it on just as a little embellishment on the side there. And then I cut 2 dazzling diamond snowflakes, and I actually used the Christmas stocking thinlet, and I used this snowflake here. Now to save wasting all of the glimmer paper etc, I actually cut mine, and I think they were 1 inch by 1 inch square, just enough to cut. And so as I say, I did 2 with dazzling diamond and 1 with the silver glimmer paper. So I'm just going to pop those there while I bring in the big shot. And I haven't cut this silver glimmer paper down to size, that's the wrong way around. I'll just spin it around. This is just a piece that I cut off, but as you can see, the idea is that you just pop it on, and then obviously just cut it out. Just move all of that, and then you can see you just get the whole piece there, and then you just simply pop your snowflake out. Simple as that, and that way you don't waste a load of glimmer paper cutting the whole stocking out when you don't need it. So I'm just going to grab my glue dots, my paper piercer, and I simply added one to the back of each one. So I put one silver one just at the dazzling diamond at the top there, another one at the bottom here, and then the silver one. And yes, I did die cut 300 of these. If any of you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I actually did show a picture of all of the ones that I'd done. And last but not least, if I can find them, I added some rhinestone, and I just put a little one on the dot of the J for just, and then I put either a medium or a large just on that one. Now you could stamp this in garden green just so that you've added a little extra colour to it, but I quite like the fact that it's all in red. I think that's quite nice. And so here are the others that I've done. Oh, that was my heat tool sliding. So I've done this one in green, I've done this one in green with red at the back, all different ones. But they were quick and simple to make, and hopefully you will find them useful. You can always put them on the table for Christmas dinners, and put your after dinner mints in them or something. But yeah, I think they're lovely. They'd even be good as wedding favours. Obviously you'd have to change the paper, etc. But I think they're quite cute, and I'm hoping that my people that swapped with me and received them like them too. All the details will be on my blog, and obviously as usual everything's in the description just below. Hope you have a great day guys, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!